Hello everyone, Bud here with Dependable Lawn Care, bringing you my 2022 leaf removal setup. So let's jump right into it. We'll start with the truck that pulls everything and work our way back. This is a 2011 F250 four-wheel drive, has the 6.2 liter gas, and I've had this truck myself since 2019. So 19, 20, 21, 22, so 4 years going into my fifth, and absolutely love this truck. I went from a diesel to a 6.2 liter gas, and I do not regret it at all. It's so much cheaper running a gas engine. It's quieter. It's a lot easier on tires because of the weight of the diesel engines. And you know, that's not even getting into the fuel prices and all that. But anyways, I've put 40,000 miles on this truck in the 4 years I've had it, and it has served me well. I've done nothing but just routine maintenance and air conditioner service on it a couple times, and that's it. I mean, this truck has given me no problems at all. So on the back of the truck, of course, in the back seat, we keep all of our safety gear. We've got our all of our winter gear, ear protection, eye protection, etc. Working our way back, I've got the Green Touch bed rail system and 2 of the V3 backpack blower racks, and then this is just kind of an all-purpose cage, and I usually set my 2.5 gallon mix can in that. Right now it's in the trailer, but that's what goes in there. And then I run the 570 Husqvarna BTS backpack blowers, and I'll usually have 2 of those right here. Again, I've got 1 of those in the trailer. And then a cooler in the back of the truck for some drinks, stay hydrated, extra rake, and some cones. There's the brake. I like those big rakes. I'll show you the other one that's on the back of the trailer. So the trailer, it's a 2020 Intrepid V-nose 8x20. Fantastic trailer. I've added a few things. Got a door right here to access to fill up all my fuel cans and my mowers. I've added some vents to it, added some roof vents. I'll show you some of that. But this trailer has just been fantastic. So run it for 2 full seasons now, and has really served us well. So most of this doesn't pertain to leaf cleanup. And if you guys have seen my setup videos in the past, then you've seen all of this. This is just our everyday mowing route trailer, and then in the fall we use this to go around and do our cleanups, basically just moving all the leaves to the curb, and then we'll go around with our leaf back trailer and pick them up. So it's been a very dirty, dusty year. We've gone through, I think, 4 months total of drought during this season. So it's been a kind of a crap season, very dry and dusty. So everything is just filthy. Apologize for that. I usually try to keep things cleaner. I kind of gave up on it this year. But I have this Husqvarna 570 that I've had for several years. Absolutely love it. Fantastic backpack blower. I did have the 580, and I recently just sold that to a buddy of mine to use. We went from the 580 to the 570 just because the 570s are a little bit lighter. Between the 570 and the 580, there's very little difference in the amount of work that you can get done. They have almost the same wind speed and CFM, and so it just made more sense to go with the 570s. So that's the backpack blowers. These are both 2019 Ferris Z3X mowers. This is the 52-inch with the 33-horse Vanguard, and that is the 61-inch with the 37-horse Vanguard. The 2 new ones that I've ordered are both 61s with the 37-horse. So I'm running the Protero bagger system. This is the PV13, I believe it is. It's a little bit smaller bagger on the 52, and it's mainly just for the weight. This is what they recommend for this size mower. And they do come with a counterweight on the front, but I've gone with a Jericho mountain plow system, leaf plow system. So rather than use the front weight, I use that as my counterweight, and works out really nice. We don't use the baggers as much as we try to blow and plow leaves and move them to the curb. It's just more efficient. unless you have an area where it just makes sense to grab them with the bagger, and you can do both at the same time with this setup. On the 61-inch mower, you can see the bagger is much larger. That's the PV18, and same size impeller housing, hose, all of that, just a much larger capacity on the hopper. On the 61-inch, I don't have the counterweight on the front, and the reason is because I have another leaf plow, and I'm just waiting on the Jericho mount to go on the front, and then that may not be enough weight for this mower because that hopper is pretty large, especially when you get it loaded down with some, damp material. It can hold quite a bit of weight, and so we'll see how that'll work out. And I might also fix up a mount for the walk-behind blower, which I'll show you in a minute. But those are the mowers and the baggers. Really happy with these mowers, guys. I've had little problems, which you would expect with any machine, really. But both of these mowers have over 1,000 hours on them now. So this one has 1,010 hours. So just rolled over 1,000 hours at the end of the season on both of these mowers, and that's a combination of 4 years of leaf cleanup and mowing, and it's just a two-man crew, my son and I, and every once in a while I'll hire some extra help, but most of the time it's just us. And so these machines, they're worth what you pay for them. They're not cheap, but they really are good machines. And most of the problems that I've had have been little stuff. I'll probably do a 1,000-hour review video pretty soon. Had a starter problem, had a clutch problem, one pulley between the two mowers, one clutch between the two mowers. So nothing major, just stuff that is annoying at the time, but it happens. So the Billy Goat walk-behind blower, you can tell this thing is brand new. I just picked it up, haven't even got to use it on a job yet. This is the F1302 SPH Billy Goat, and it is self-propelled. So you have your forward right here. There's no reverse, but honestly, guys, this thing is just feather light. I mean, there's no weight to it. So, forward's what you're going to need most of the time anyways. It's got a 13-horse engine on it, 13-horse Honda. This is the control for your discharge over here. So you have down, and then it's got the elbow on it right now, so it's not popping back up like it's supposed to. But this elbow comes right off. You basically just fold it up. It's rubber. You fold it up and you put it inside of the tube right here, and then that gives you a 90-degree turn. So let me pull that out real quick and show you what it looks like. Okay, so there we are without it. It's just a rubber elbow, and then show you the motion here. So down, and then it can go up above horizontal. Most of the time you're going to run it about horizontal, or maybe just one notch below, and it has, there we go, it has this pin right here with different positions, so you can set your blower in one position and then just leave it, and then your elbow can ride right there when you're not using it. So I've wanted one of these for a long time, and just wasn't ready to spend the money. And this year I decided, with some of the properties we do cleanups on, this is going to be a huge time and labor saver for us as far as moving the leaves from one point to another to be able to get to them with the vacuum. So let's talk about the vacuum. This is a 2021 Load Trail 8x16 dump trailer. And then of course I built a wooden box. I've got videos on that. You guys can check that out. We won't get into all of it. Of course, big billboard there for advertising when we're out on jobs. I purchased used a 35-horse Vanguard Billy Goat debris loader. It has the Piranha blade on the inside, so you've got your main impeller, and then in the middle of that you have kind of what looks like a throwing star, and it's that's the Piranha blade, and it really chews up the leaves nice. So here's the rake. I have a couple of these, and they're just a nice big rake. It's lightweight. This is a Bully Tools. In fact, you can see that right there. But that's the brand. Actually, you can see it better here. So highly recommend these rakes. I've used them, I guess, for a couple seasons now. And I bought 2 of them thinking, well, you know, 2 guys, 2 rakes, and then also, you know, if you break one, you've got a spare. But I've abused those pretty good, and I haven't broke them yet. Not saying that you can't, but they definitely don't break easy. So rake back there, and then I kind of came up with my own contraption on this arm. So the factory arm stops right there, and the factory hose is about 8 feet long. Now obviously this one's been replaced, it's older. I replaced it with a 12-foot hose, which works fine. The vacuum has more than enough power for that. But you know, out here on the end, that hose gets pretty tiring. It'll really wear you out if you're moving it around a lot. And so what I've done, you can see on the end here, it's virtually weightless. It's sitting on the ground because the ground's a little higher than the trailer is right now. But it normally just hovers above the ground a few inches, and I can change that. But I just made an elbow right here, just a very simple elbow. I got a couple of old garage door springs that help assist with the weight. And like I said, it just makes it virtually weightless. And then you've got a full range of motion. Now, I've done other videos on this, so you guys can see that, but you can come all the way around and touch the trailer on both sides. On this side, you can come out about 8 feet from the side of the trailer. That's how big of an area you can clean up. So pretty good area. And then on the other side, with the vacuum being offset, on the other side you can reach out about, I want to say it's like 5 or 6 feet on this side. It's not quite as much as you have on that side, but it's still a decent amount. So whether you're loading on the passenger side or the driver's side, which is what we usually do, just because you have better reach and better visibility of your pile, better visibility of your person that's back here operating the vacuum, works out fantastic, guys. So I don't want to drag this on too long. Most of you guys that watch my videos, you've seen all this before. This is nothing new except for the self-propelled blower. But this is the setup that we're going to be running this year, and minus the other leaf plow. As I said, as soon as I get the mount in, I'll get that on. But this is it, guys, and we make quite a bit of money, or at least a decent amount, doing leaf cleanup. It's a big thing in our area. We have a ton of trees in our city. I'd say of the cities that I've been in, it has probably the most trees of any typical city. And so it's literally money falling from the trees for us. It's good money in the fall. Helps extend our season out for another 2 or 3 months after the mowing is done. So anyway, that's it for now, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Get out there and make some money, and we'll catch you on the next one.